I'm bracing myself to be heavy. Oh. Hello and welcome to another video, and this is the road to the meet. Now, last week was a little bit crappy and depressing because obviously I've been ill and just training wasn't going very well. If you watched my the first video of this series, you'll be aware of that. If you didn't watch it, it was up last Tuesday. Just go and watch it. You'll have a clear idea of what's going on. Plus, I poured loads of Haribo on my head, so it's a bit of a win-win. Now, today is a Monday. I'm sat outside the gym as we speak, and I've got squats, bench, and deadlift. And Monday is my favourite day of the week because Sunday is a rest day, so I generally feel fresh. Plus, Monday is the one day where I don't do any of my back off sets, so I always work up to a conservative single for each lift and then do 2 or 3 back off sets of like 3, whereas Monday, because I want to push it a little bit harder and go a little bit heavier, I don't do those back off sets, so it's quite an enjoyable day. And fingers crossed, today is a day that's going to get me back on track. I'm feeling quite good. Still have a tiny bit of a cough. I can still feel it in my chest a tiny bit, but that shouldn't affect me. I'm going to go in there, try and smash it, try and push the boat out a little bit with my attempts for each lift, and hopefully hit some relatively good numbers. If I don't, and it goes badly, then I'll probably give up powerlifting and take up like cycling or Yu-Gi-Oh collecting, something along those lines. But obviously, fingers crossed that doesn't happen. I'll go in the gym now and then I'll catch up with you afterwards and I'll talk about all kinds of stuff like my weight and my diet and all the exciting gossip. So I'll see you afterwards. What the hell just happened? That was pretty weird. So, to summarise the session, squats, they were better than they have been for the last couple of weeks. Like, I guess it's slightly promising, but it's still, let's be honest, it still isn't good enough. I do need to pick it up. I need my squats to be a lot heavier than they are at the moment because, I mean, I got up to what, 240, 529 pounds, but that was a grinder, and a few weeks ago that would have gone up really easy on this day. So it's frustrating, but at least it is a step in the right direction, and over the coming weeks, it should start to pick up. Bench press bench press is a bit weird, like it hasn't felt great for a while now. Today I actually felt relatively strong, and I got up to a decent number and it moved really quick. However, I'm getting into a bad habit of lifting my bum now. Whereas in the past, it looked like my bum was lifting, but actually it was still in contact. I've never had a red light for that in a competition. The last maybe month, 2 months, I think it is starting to lift a bit. And the last single I did today, I definitely think it came off the bench. So that obviously isn't ideal. I do need to rectify that. I will look into some really strong glue. Maybe I can just stick my bum to the bench. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And deadlift, like I said at the start, what the hell? Like, that is pretty insane. I knew I wanted to do something reasonable today to get my confidence up on all 3 lifts, but I did not expect to deadlift that in the manner that I did. So to clarify, that is a PR. My previous PR was, that is a 5 pound or 2.5 kilo improvement on my previous PR. But the big thing is that if you look at my previous one, it was a massive grinder. That was 600 pounds. The one today, 606 pounds. It went up really, really easy. Like, I was honestly in shock. It felt so easy. I had to check the weight to make sure it was the right weight. So I'm obviously delighted with that, and I'm kind of very excited. I do think at the competition I should hopefully have something pretty big there. So exciting times ahead. Okay, so in terms of prep for the meet, like I said at the start, I am now like just over 3 weeks out. So I've got 2.5 more weeks of kind of real heavy work, and then it's just going to be a deload. But this is definitely, today has definitely made me feel more confident. It's definitely a step in the right direction. In terms of the meet itself, because it is a different federation, there are going to be some differences in terms of how it's run. So the first big one is that it's going to be a 24-hour weigh-in. So whereas previously I've always weighed in early in the morning and then competed that day, this is going to be weighing in and then competing the next day. So what it means is that I can obviously get a little bit lighter, and then I can just go berserk and eat as much food as I can on that day, and then feel good for the competition. That's the first thing. And to be honest, all the changes are positives, because the other 2 big things that are different are that they're going to be using a monolift for squats, which I've never used before, and also a deadlift bar for deadlifts, which I've also never used before. Now, people are saying to me you should probably get some practice in with those things before the meet, and I definitely see where you're coming from. However, I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm going to get the chance to do that. I don't think it's the end of the world, hopefully, fingers crossed. I mean, both of those things make it easier. A monolift, obviously, you don't have to walk out with the bar, so it's just a case of taking the bar off in your kind of ready to go position. So I'm going to try and practice that a little bit in the gym. And then the deadlift bar, again, I understand that obviously it bends more, so in theory that should make it easier as well. So hopefully that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, let me know if you think that. Do you think I should practice on a monolift and a deadlift bar before I compete? Do you think it's going to be that much of an issue? If you do, then let me know. I'll appreciate that, and then perhaps I can look into trying to do that. But it might be awkward to try and arrange that. And then what was the other thing? Oh yeah, the other big thing, which is obviously not a positive. I mentioned this in my, I think I mentioned it before. I don't know. Anyway, is that the competition, the federation I'm in, I didn't realise, but Raw in this federation means no knee sleeves. Now, obviously, I'm used to Raw meaning you can wear knee sleeves. I always train, been wearing knee sleeves for like the last year. So the issue I have is that, or the option I have is basically compete with no knee sleeves or compete in the Raw with wraps section, which means I'll be competing against guys that are wearing wraps. Initially, I thought maybe I'll just go Raw and not wear any sleeves, but I've tried it a couple of times and I don't like it. I don't feel confident with heavy weights dropping into the hole, because I do go to full depth. So I think I might just suck it up and wear sleeves and compete against guys in wraps, and then, I don't know, go from there. But I'll see. I'll decide near the time, but I think I'm probably leaning towards that at the moment. And then the final thing is my weight. If you watch episode 1 of this series, obviously where I've been ill, my weight has dropped down somewhat. Still not back to where I need to be. I think I was about 99.5 kilos. So I'm up by a little bit. I'm up by like a pound or so. But I still want to be a bit heavier. Like, I have been trying to eat more. My appetite still isn't brilliant, to be honest. It's not a disaster. I mean, to be honest, the weight I'm at now puts me perfect in terms of where I need to be for my competition. But I just feel like it's a little bit on the light side. In terms of all the volume that I'm doing in training, I would like to be probably a little bit heavier, but I'm not going to stress about it because I'm obviously in good shape, because I've just hit a deadlift PR, so I'm not going to complain about that. But I think that pretty much sums up the video, guys. It's pretty much where I am at the moment. Obviously, watch next week for some more progression. Hopefully things should continue in an upward curve leading up to the meet. I really hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, or just give it a thumbs up for the deadlift PR. Hit a freaking deadlift PR. If you don't thumbs that up, you are a son of a bitch. And I will see you tomorrow.